Now we're going to describe the symbols that appear on the reference card. These are the basic symbols that do not have any effect on your hand and are used for satisfying monster requirements and or door requirements. For this one, I need a key and a magic. So we're going to revisit the defeat of the zombie. There are two symbols that I didn't go into detail on. That would be the wild and the +1 card. So the wild represents any basic symbol. So any of the melee, magic, charisma, key, piety, cunning, any of those. And then the +1 card allows you to add 1 card to your fan or whatever number is next to the plus sign. So the first ability we're going to talk about is flipping the card. So she flips because she has the reverse symbol. She has an ability. Pick locks. If an undiscovered treasure is in the fan with Tatiana, discover it. There are no undiscovered treasures in her fan, so it's a mood ability. We're going to talk about when an obstacle in a fan has damage on it, like this. So we're going to fight the zombie again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6 for that +1. And we do not satisfy the win requirement. So normally the failure would be 1 damage, but this time it's going to be 2 because an obstacle in our fan has the damage symbol in the left-hand corner. So let's revisit the defeat of the zombie. The next ability we're going to talk about is distract. So we've added a card with a distract symbol. 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we see the card down the hall, lets us add a card. And the distract card allows us to cellar any 1 card in our fan. So I'm going to cellar the hand mirror because it doesn't do anything for me at the moment and allows me to add the clutch to my hand, which then allows me to add a card. So as a reminder, the distract can be any card, an obstacle, and any symbol. So the next ability we're going to talk about is foresight, which only applies to fights. So I have the zombie, gonna fight the zombie. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is my current fan. I have the foresight symbol right there, and it does not look like I satisfy the win requirements. I have 1 sun, a wild, and a sword. I need either a magic or another one of any of these. So I'm going to collapse my fan because of the foresight ability without resolving the +1 yet. And then I'm going to look at the next 5 cards on the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I need the magic, so I'm going to move that to the front so that it resolves with the +1 card ability. With foresight, you can either rearrange the cards or cellar them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cellar both the skeleton and the cunning because the forlorn lover needs the charisma. So I'm going to put these back on top of the deck in this order and cellar those 2 cards. And then open my fan back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then resolve the +1 and satisfy the win condition. To our friend the zombie again, we're going to talk about the downgrading ability. So we're going to fight the zombie, and then we're going to open our fan. 3, 4, and 5. So the vampire has a downgrade, which resolves before the fight. What do we want to downgrade? We'll downgrade the slippers. And that means we do not satisfy the win requirement. Here we are with our zombie friend again. We have replaced a card in the fan this time, and we're going to be talking about the upgrade ability. And so we're going through our fan again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the upgrade ability can be resolved before you fight. So in this case, we're going to upgrade the bunny slippers to the unicorn slippers. And then we're going to resolve the +1, which allows us to satisfy the win requirement. So next we're going to describe one of the harder abilities in the game, haste. If I were to run from this zombie, if haste appeared in my fan, I wouldn't take any run damage, and let's say I want to fight the zombie. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The haste symbol is in my fan. In the case of a fight, it allows you to take a monster where you would otherwise lose and swap it with the current monster, which allows me to win. The key satisfies one of the requirements, and the unicorn is a wild, which satisfies the magic requirement. For magic. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so we defeat her, flip her over. She has an upgrade and a treasure. We'll upgrade this guy to the Tome of the Divine, and then we'll go find a treasure. So the way treasures work is you cycle through your deck until you find a treasure. So just gonna keep cellaring cards. All right, so I've hit a rest while I'm looking for a treasure. The benefit to hitting a rest when we're looking for a treasure is that we do not have to raise our level. So I'm gonna set these aside, and we still go find the treasure behind the rests. And then we flip it over, and then we reshuffle and resolve the turn like normal. And then the rest goes on the bottom.
And that's how you play Maiden's Quest.